Boom.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Curtis's Podcast Network and this AFC South show 184 here on the channel. My name is Curtis Brown, the host. I'm also the host of That Real Texas Team podcast covering all things Houston, Texas. With me, as always, actually, none of these guys are technically regulars, but they're all a Jags guy. We got a Colts guy. Eric is a.k.a. Mr. Talk, a.k.a. Mr. Smooth, a.k.a. Chocolate Thunder. AKA,
No.
AKA,
No, we ain't doing the chocolate thunder thing. No, that has a whole total different meaning in my hood. No, we ain't chocolate thunder.
You can check him out and the rest of the Third and Teal crew over on Third and Teal, talking nothing but Duval. And Eric, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful, man. Glad to be back on the show. You know, I feel special when I get to come on here because I get to talk about everybody.
It is nice. It is pretty freeing, isn't it?
Yes.
Filling in for Jeff down here at the bottom, Kingmaker Sports. You can find him across all the social medias at Kingmaker_DFF. Trying to grow his channels. He's got a YouTube channel, Twitter, everything. So just if you see Kingmaker_DFF anywhere, like, subscribe, notification bell.
That's right.
Do the same thing with Eric's channel. Was it Let's Talk?
Yeah, Let's Talk. Well, we finna switch up sites probably finna go to Sprecher. So yeah, but it's called that was the Let's Talk. It's Voices Unleashed now. That's what it's gonna be. Voices Unleashed. Yeah.
Okay.
So but
that's got a cooler sound to it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But and yeah, when I get it up and running, which should be sometime next month, I'll let you know. And yeah, y'all come check them out. Hear me. It'd be a totally different show. We ain't talking no sports on that show. All right. We talking some serious, half serious stuff. Okay. All right. Let your mind
serious
run.
I love it.
There it is. So look, this is a double scoop, a double shot, if you will, of an episode. It is both a reaction to week 16 and a look ahead to week 17, because one, I don't want anybody having to make a podcast on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day. So we're getting all that done now. Second, because the Texans play on Christmas Day, there has to be a preview that comes out beforehand, a la what we're doing tonight. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the games. Most embarrassing loss. Honestly, they're all pretty close, one-score games here. But what do you, Eric, do you think the Jags are the most embarrassing loss this week?
You damn skippy, I do. And them my boys. During the game, I texted the guy, said, this game sucks. I mean, you literally got beat by one guy. One guy. A freaking tight end, like always. I mean, Brock Bowers. I mean, really. Okay, you threw one deep ball to Mac Jones had 2 balls over 20 yards the whole damn game, and one went for 7. And of course, you don't throw it to him again. Really? You don't throw it to Brendan Strange. He had a good game the game before. All of a sudden, he in the freezer now. I mean, our running backs, I don't know what the hell they were doing. It's like the whole team just went to Vegas and partied and said, fuck this game. You know, if we win, we win. But yeah, it's over with. I mean, it was, and the defense. Now, I'm not gonna say the whole defense, because really, Dewey came back and played, you know, and we didn't have the problem on the back end with the safeties as we usually do. But that damn Devin Lloyd, every time they put Brock Bowers on him, he was toast. He, as Trevor would say, he got cooked. You know, and I mean, I don't understand. If this man is beating you man to man, why you keep running it? You know what I mean? Why? Why do you keep running it? And then if you're going to run it, why isn't he double covered? He the only one they're throwing it to, basically. You know, so yeah, that's why I say it's the most embarrassing loss, man, because it's like we just didn't show up, really. We got 14 points, which was amazing in itself. But yeah, it was pitiful. It really was.
So I had taken a little bit of advice from Isaiah when it came to Brenton Strange
Hmm.
I figured with no Evan Ingram, Britton Strange would get a little bit more some target share.
Right.
He didn't really.
No.
There were a few tossed his way that were uncatchable, and then he caught 2 for 22 yards and fumbled one of them.
Mhm.
So kind of screwed the pooch on that one for me.
Yeah.
Probably should have stuck with Tucker Kraft, have the
Yeah.
unknown. But here we are.
Here we are. I mean,
Um,
even started throwing it to Luke Farrell. Everybody
yeah,
know Luke Farrell. He can catch, but damn, he's more of a blocking tight end. And then you throw it 2 yards. 2 yards. What the?
yeah.
What? 2 yards. I sent Isaiah earlier tonight. I sent him a thing of the passing chart, the pro, PFL passing chart, and it shows on the Mac Brown actually threw a pass. Mac Jones, I'll keep why I call him Mac Brown. Mac Jones threw a pass 4 yards in the backfield.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand probably what it was, but still, there's a pass 4 yards in the backfield. It's pitiful, man. I mean, from the last 2 weeks, you say, okay, I see a little hope. The offense is beginning to click a little bit, and then to go out here and do that,
Yeah.
I mean, that was pitiful, man. It really was pitiful. Only good thing, as Trevor would say, BTJ got his yards, and he over 1,000 yards now. He holds the record and things, so I'm happy for him. But other than that, man, it was an embarrassing loss. It really was. And then to Aiden O'Connell, really,
Yeah.
really. I
Mm.
mean,
Who?
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man, that was embarrassing. That was.
Let me run this by you real quick. It would be a long shot for this to happen. The Giants would have to beat the Colts and then also probably win another game week
Uh-huh.
18. But in a hypothetical scenario where the Jags walk into week 18 with a solid opportunity to get the first overall pick, do you think that Doug Peterson might pull a Lovie Smith?
Hell yeah, I would. With the thought that I'm finna get fired any damn way, hell yeah. And honestly, if I was coaching, I would do the same damn thing. I'm sorry. I brought up the error. You play to win. Okay, if they beat you, okay. Or if you play like we did the other day, you lose, fine. But you play to freaking win. So,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I know that that's not a popular thought right now in Jacksonville camp, but that's how I feel. I mean, play the game. Play the damn game.
Yeah. Pulling quotes from Denny Green over here. I love it. Play to win the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Justin, what are your thoughts? Raiders, Jags.
Man, look, I didn't have any expectations. I'm sorry, Eric, but I think everybody kind of figured this was going to be just the bottom of the barrel, just seeing who's going to try and.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, brother, but
Look, I'll help you. The game was only showed in 2 places: Las Vegas and Jacksonville. That was it. If you look at the broadcast map, that's the only place the game was showing. And then to put on top, they got Tiki Barber announcing it. So that tells you what everybody was thinking. This
Yeah.
game's gonna suck. And
it
did
was
it?
irrelevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
I mean, you would expected some players to do decent, but I don't think either team really came in and gave a shit. I mean, and I feel for the guys that want to go out there and just play their hearts out every game, no matter what the situation is.
Right.
But in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking like, okay, what's best for the team right now?
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's a bad thing that you have an L because you can
Yeah.
win the draft pick.
Yeah,
At this point,
but
you have
see,
to start planning for the future.
but see that's a crapshoot in itself too. You said it. Hopefully you win the draft pick.
Yeah,
You win the draft pick. You pick the player, and you get zilch.
right.
So you lost all the way around now.
Yeah.
So man, I don't know. It's just it's a pride thing with me. It really is. Go out there and give it all. If that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. At least I know I went out there and busted some heads with my boys, and we good. You know what I mean?
I mean, y'all are not healthy right now. I mean, and not having Trevor Lawrence.
That
at like
hurts.
100%. Like, and
Yeah.
that's not great, man.
No.
I don't like how they can't figure out what's going on. Is it ETN or is it Bigsby?
Which one?
I mean, you got to figure out which running back are you going with. You know, are
Yeah,
you featuring ETN? Are you featuring Bigsby? I mean, I get like you want to have a double-headed monster, but
which they do.
you're not following that game, not the game plan. That you're not following that playbook if you're trying to do that double-headed monster.
Well, see, here's the issue, and I've been asking our fellas this the whole season. And here's the issue with this team on both sides of the ball. There is no identity. They don't know what they want to do. When
Yeah,
you
what's the
don't know,
plan?
yeah. I mean, when you don't know, then how are the players supposed to know?
Right,
Number
and you
one,
can't go out there on game day and be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Nobody knows
right?
what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. So
But that's not on the players though.
yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying when you ask that question, because personally, I think right now Tank is the better runner between the tackles, and
Yeah.
when you bring out ETN in, you include him in the passing game. That's where he's more dangerous at in the
Oh yeah.
passing game, out of the backfield.
Right.
Now that works. That that works.
Right, and we've seen
However,
that work in the past.
right. But for some reason, this coaching staff just doesn't do that.
Yeah.
You know, 1 week they'll do it 1 week. The next week we back to 2-yard passes by Mac Jones. Why? You know, defensive, they playing one safety over the top. Everybody else within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
They're not respecting anything.
Yeah.
Now that pass to BTJ yesterday, I went back and looked at it. That was a blown coverage. That's how he got that wide open. Not to say that he couldn't get that wide open,
Yeah.
but we know Mac Jones won't throw it if somebody's around him or he throw it to the other team.
Yeah, Mac Jones is trying to stay in the league at this point. He's not gonna take any risk.
So, you know, he was wide open and now good for BTJ because BTJ has proven that he is him, as Trevor would say. He is the man.
He's gonna be your guy going forward. And
yeah,
on paper, healthy on paper, the Jaguars don't look like a bad team.
No.
Like that offense looks pretty good. Maybe not the line, but like your offensive weapons. I mean, come on, man. Like Brian Thomas Jr., awesome, right? Friggin', you got Bigsby, who I loved at Auburn, and then you got ETN, who him and Lawrence just have that connection from college.
Right.
You know, Brenton Strange ain't bad, and then like we said, healthy. So obviously with Evan Ingram, you've got a weapon there.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know. So the Colts have been there in that same situation. It's like on paper everything's good, but everybody just keeps getting hurt. Right. So I feel for you, but there's gonna be something good come out of this.
Yeah.
Curtis, what did I say? What I say last week? We're in that Detroit mode right now.
Yeah. You're in the Detroit Lion
mode.
phase.
Yeah, Detroit Lion phase. Eventually we're gonna come out and we're gonna be on top again.
Yeah,
you know? If only for a season. That's all
I think you just got to find the right system for the talent that you have on the roster right now.
And I think that is the issue.
Yeah. I mean, Black Monday will be I think Doug Peterson's going to be a victim of Black Monday, and there's going to be a lot of good candidates out there interviewing, but some of those candidates may be in the playoffs, so they may have to hold off.
It's true.
That's true. That's true.
Houston had to wait after firing Lovie Smith for the 49ers to go out. So, I mean, you know, you guys could end up hiring Ben Johnson from the Lions, and I know that would be phenomenal for Trevor Lawrence's development.
Which that would be really good. Now, me, like, I want Ben Johnson in Indianapolis too, so I'm kind of against that. But I understand Ben Johnson's amazing. But what I've seen from these teams, man, they get so impatient because like, oh, I don't want to miss out on a guy. I don't miss on a guy. And what happens is they just hire somebody real quick while the guy you really want's in the playoffs. Like if you can be patient. You know, because I understand. Look, I don't think you can tamper with them guys while they're in the playoffs. Maybe you can. I don't know, but they want to just hurry up and just get somebody. No, be patient. Get the guy that you actually want that will help your franchise.
Yeah,
right.
Like don't go out and get Mike McCarthy.
Well, see, now you have to remember, we're all hoping that this is a clean sweep. So not only a head coach, we'll be looking for a GM also.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know,
I think your ownership's pretty lax and pretty I don't know, disconnected from the fan base.
I ain't gonna say disconnected, but Sean just has his, you know, he does the way he does it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the owner. He's the owner. He has the money, so Yeah, that's what.
He's the Sultan of Duval.
All
that
right.
part. That part right there. Let's go.
So look,
All right.
let's pivot to the only division game from this last weekend. That would be Tennessee traveling up to Indianapolis for what did not look to be an entertaining game that turned into an entertaining game.
I know.
Justin,
I was
what the
driving
hell?
back from Houston.
Man, it should have been a blowout.
Yeah.
But Tennessee got up early. I mean, a huge bomb to Calvin Ridley from Mason Rudolph, if people remember that name. I mean, that guy's been dead forever. After just failing and getting his brain caved in by Myles Garrett. But no, man, Mason Rudolph didn't look bad. I mean, is that crazy to say out loud? Like, he didn't look bad. I don't know if that was a lot of just Calvin really being open and it's hard to mess up that throw. But he made the throws that he was supposed to make, and that helped them out a lot. But it wasn't enough to stop the Colts on the ground. On a day where Anthony Richardson only threw the ball 11 times, but when he's getting a season high 70 yards on the ground with the touchdown, JT's just running at will, doing whatever he wants against Tennessee. I mean, they couldn't do anything. I mean, 2 big runs, 1 for 70. I mean, they couldn't do anything. And if Shane Steichen did the right thing, if you're killing them on the ground, don't even bother with the air. But what did help is, out of those seven attempts, he only had 7. Out of those 11 attempts, he had 7 completions. Those were good, solid completions.
131.
Right, a real deep one to A.D. Mitchell, who I'm a huge fan of. I tried to go get him in all of Dynasty. Josh Downs, who I continue to just love watching him play. The kid's so versatile. I've always comped him to Tank Dell in Houston. Which Tank, man, I hope you get better. You're an amazing player, and I love you, and I hope you get better, buddy. But the Colts pretty much did whatever they wanted to at will. They were up. Gosh, the first play after the second half, boom, Jonathan Taylor gone, and it just that right there just took all the wind out of the Titans. Even though in the fourth quarter they came back a little bit. Like, no one thought that was going to happen. I mean, the Colts got 38, and then boom, the freaking Titans just come back and make it a close game, which shouldn't have been. I'm not going to say I was worried, but I was a little perplexed. Like, what the hell is the defense doing? You let these guys, these nobodies,
thought you was going to see Minnesota again, huh?
Yeah, right. But I mean, it was a pretty good game in the second half if you like just a back and forth football game. But the whole game was pretty much Indianapolis, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I almost think it was more pity scores that they let the Tennessee Titans score just to kind of save face, but I don't want to disrespect them that way. Because at the end of the day, these are all NFL players, right?
Yeah.
But they finally figured out what they needed to do, and it's feature Jonathan Taylor. And they did that. Now, okay, to be fair, it's a Tennessee Titans defense. Okay, let's be fair here, right?
Okay.
But Anthony Richardson looked like a man on fire. He was strong when he ran. He didn't take stupid hits. He ran out of bounds when he needed to save his body. But Anthony Richardson's a big boy. I mean, he can take a lick. So let's not act like he's sitting here. He's skinny like Jaden Daniels, right?
Right.
The boy's going to hit you if you don't hit him, right? And I love that. I love that Anthony Richardson is coming into his own as a quarterback. Yeah. But I don't mean that in the traditional prototypical sense of a Peyton Manning quarterback where you sit there and just throw the ball. It's the modern quarterback where he's an athlete, not just a good arm.
I'm looking. This thing said he ran 5 times for 57 yards. That's just to the left. Anthony Richardson.
Oh, I was like, nope, that's a little light.
Yeah. 5 for 57. That's where he made all his yards. The other close one is on the right. 2 attempts for 7 yards.
Yeah, so he he ran for 29 yards on one, and that was a season high. Also, as a season long was 29-yard run.
Okay,
but that's stuff I like to see right there. I mean, don't ask him to sit back and be a pocket passer. That's not his game.
No, it's not.
That's never been his game.
Exactly.
I'm glad that we're at least figuring that out. I was a little skeptical that Shane Steichen wouldn't know how to use an athlete like Anthony Richardson, but I'm
Right.
glad he's figuring that out. I'm not a fan of Shane Steichen still, but I'm glad he's figuring it out later. But yeah, no, it was a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. From the Titans' perspective, I mean, it was the first half was everything that's been wrong with the Titans all season culminated into the first half of one game.
That sounds like their
And
fans just nowhere to be found.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Titans guys at? Come on,
Exactly.
defend yourself.
And then you got to think about, like, you know, they benched Will Levis going into this week because of all the turnovers. And then Mason Rudolph comes in and makes almost the exact same amount of turnovers, but the game is dramatically closer. He's getting the ball out of his hand a lot quicker. He's able to get the Titans on the board early in the first half, and then the defense, which uncharacteristically, there's been 3 occasions all year where one team has actually rushed against the Titans for more than 100 yards.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not a very characteristic game for what happened Sunday. Like, the Titans defense, generally speaking, does not allow that to happen. Jeff Simmons and Sweat have been eating people alive.
Yeah.
Not this week. Not this week. They got boat raced. Jonathan Taylor looks about as fresh as I've ever seen him.
You know what you saw Sunday? You saw a pissed off running back about what happened last year. That's what you saw.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm sure he was in huddle saying, "Just give me the ball."
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
he had a
give me
statement
the
to make
ball.
after last week after
Yes.
dropping the ball early.
Yes.
And he definitely made a statement. I mean, this
Yes.
wasn't like, oh, he had a pretty good game. Like, he was dominant. Let's
So-
not be shy about this. He was dominant. He came out and made a statement. And you know what? It sucks. That probably cost us the game last week. But JT, I forgive you, brother.
See, that's what he was working for right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, he helped me get into my dynasty championship round. So
Oh,
There you go.
Lord.
heck yeah.
All right.
But when you have him and Barkley, it's pretty easy.
So
No, you cheating.
Hey, they let me get them. They let them fall. That's not me. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this question. You got the Giants traveling to the Giants this weekend, and then you've got, is it a home game against the Jags to round out the year?
Yeah, it's a home game for them.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
that's gonna be a good one. Hopefully, it's not a flashback game.
Assuming
You
that,
know what? It's going to be one of those games where we have every year where whoever needs to go to a playoff, you're not going to make it.
well,
All right,
that's
you
what I
spoil
was
it.
gonna ask. Assuming that the Colts
Right.
win out, what else
Yeah.
needs to happen for the Colts to make it to the champion, or not the playoffs? Because you having the loss to the Broncos, if the Broncos lose out and y'all win out, they still get the edge. So you're basically hoping that the Chargers lose out.
Yes, it's all going to come down to the Chargers.
Okay.
Hey.
Got a special guest.
I do.
I know, right? Guest
Love it.
commentator.
He's gonna be heir to the throne one day.
Incredible Hulk and Sword.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh, I love Thor.
Yeah, this is the bang guy, and this is Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he's got a Hulk and Thor shirt from Thor Ragnarok on.
I'm a
Oh,
Hulk
yeah.
fan. I'm a Hulk
Yeah,
fan.
my son was
Yeah.
always a Hulk guy. He always had
Yeah.
he's got the fist and the mallet. Everything. My son was all about the Hulk.
Okay, I wasn't that hard.
He's green.
My son, oh no, my son was about that Hulk life.
We're gonna talk about superheroes.
Give me a minute. All right, I'm gonna go get him situated. Can y'all just kind of
Yeah.
All right.
Hell no. We going to wait on you to come back.
Man, Eric, I'm hoping that the Colts can get it together with the Giants, and keep it together. I mean,
Yeah.
because the Giants are another team where, I mean, they're the worst team in the league, like hands down worst team in the league. So they should just mollywop the Giants.
But you know, that's it right there. That's the way I felt about the Raiders. You know, like really, the Raiders, O'Connell. Everybody all right? You know, O'Connell. Hey, this should be no problem for us. We're not this bad, right? And then boom, So with the Colts, I hope they don't take, because the Giants are NFL players. They do get paid. So you never know. You never
That's
know.
true. Like I mean, I always say, like at the end of the day, these are still NFL players. They're
Right.
in the league for a reason. I mean, they may not be on a Super Bowl team, but they're in the league for a reason. But
Honestly, if y'all have the same performance out of your offense that you had this week, I really don't see you losing, though. I really don't.
no, there's I don't think there's any scenario where I say that, but I don't think there's any scenario where they lose. I think the Giants are in draft mode right now. I don't think that they're wanting to win.
Right.
So I would definitely look for Malik Neighbors to be kind of shut down. He's just going to be a decoy. They're probably going to run the ball a lot. Tyrone Tracy is been huge for them this year. Big stash. Glad I drafted him as a rookie.
Okay.
But so they should. He's questionable though right now. He might be okay for game day. We'll see. But they still have Devin Singletary. But regardless, we don't know what the hell they're doing at quarterback. That's the big mystery. I think that's going to be who they're going after in the draft. So they don't want to mess that up. Right. So I wouldn't say the Giants are going to try and do anything positive, especially on offense, to score any points.
Okay.
I don't think that's good for. Yeah, right. I don't think they can. I don't think that's good for the Colts because they still need to have good competition to get ready for that last divisional game with Jacksonville.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know.
They got Drew Lock as quarterback.
It's looking.
We don't know. It's either them or Tommy DeVito.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be DeVito. I don't think it's gonna be DeVito.
I mean, it shouldn't be, right? Yeah. I mean, Drew Lock's the veteran. He should get the nod. But like I said, I don't think they're gonna do much. If they're gonna do anything, they're just gonna try and run the ball and just get out of there. Try and get out of there healthy. The Colts, if they get up by like 3 touchdowns, I wouldn't say pull all your starters, but pull your stars and just kind of save yourself for Jacksonville and try and finish the year strong. Because if the game plan goes that way, right? If the game plan goes that way, that's me. Hey, Buck. Hey, AR, JT. Chill. There's a chance that we might need you for the playoffs, but we're gonna have to focus on Jacksonville, who always plays tough. It don't matter what records are. Division games are always tough.
Yeah.
Look what Tennessee.
Right. Like I was telling Curtis a couple of weeks ago, it's division. You play them twice a year, every year. There's really not much you don't know about the team. It comes down to, who wants it more, and who wants to ruin something for the other team more. Because that's what it seems like these games come down to at the end. Either it's Tennessee or, for us, it's either Tennessee or Indy.
Yeah, for the teams that don't win their games up front, they got to worry about it in the end. It sucks, but it sucks because most of the times your last 3 or 4 games of the season are going to be those division games. And when it comes down to the wire like that, you're like you said, you're playing the teams that know you the best.
Right.
That's not what you want when you're when you have to have everything go right for you.
Right.
But the only thing that sucks right now for Indianapolis is it's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do except for win the game. That's it.
All right. It's indoors, so you ain't got to worry about the weather. So, it is what it is. All right. Go ahead, Curtis. You're back.
I am back. So what is the Chargers' final 2 games here?
The Chargers? Oh man. Gosh dang it. I didn't even look, man, to be honest with you.
I think one of them are the Raiders, I think. Let me go and make sure. I think, what's it, week 16, week 17?
So Chargers have the Patriots next, and they have the Raiders last. But they're at New England on the 28th, so that should be pretty dang cold for a West Coast team to go out to New England, and then they get to come back and play the Raiders on the West Coast again. I mean, I know it's Nevada, but still, like, it's the West Coast to me. I don't know. The Patriots have been playing pretty decent ball, man.
Like we spoke a couple of weeks ago, Curtis, the Patriots, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't know because they got that, was it Drake May back there?
Yeah.
And he's been slinging it. He really has.
Yeah.
and he got a couple of good receivers. And if defense hold up a little bit more, hey, it could, yeah. They had Buffalo
They,
scared for a little while. This was the
the
past week,
Patriots actually have a good group of receivers, but they're all young though. They're
right?
untested. So,
Yeah.
but then again, so is Drake May, right? So that
Yeah,
whole offense is very very young. They could make some noise in the next couple of years if everything goes right.
heck
I mean,
yeah,
Gerard Mayo's a really good coach.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've already said that he's going to be around next year, at least. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
should be. He's
gotta
done
I
be.
mean,
he's done a decent job with what he's got. I mean, like
yeah,
we just talked about, young team. You
that
can't
that's
expect to come out and win a Super Bowl with all a bunch of 21-year-olds.
that's the thing when it comes to the coaches. I think at least you give them at least 3 years, unless they just a dumpster fire like Urban Meyer was. You know what I mean? I mean, really, because how do you expect him to come in and change everything within a year? It
Right, it's not
doesn't
his
work like
team. He
that.
didn't build that
Right.
team.
Thank
Like
you.
the Titans right now, that's still Mike Vrabel's team.
Yeah. Without Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Derrick done went to Baltimore and still doing the same damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. Like, give a coach, a couple years, see how it goes, and
Right.
after 3 years, you should know what you have, right?
Exactly.
But
So, like I said with Doug Peterson, I think his time with the Jags has run out. He
yeah,
came,
that
he,
experiment's
he
over.
he came in, he did what needed to be done. He changed,
Yeah.
he got everybody away from the Urban Meyer debacle. We got
Yeah, and
some
I
good
think that's what
players.
it was. They needed a proven coach that was
Right,
gonna be a good face for the franchise after
right.
that whole
Yeah,
debacle, like you said. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
my fear with Shane Steichen is that the Colts do make the playoffs and Shane Steichen keeps his job because he hasn't earned it. He has not earned to keep that job. They still need to replace him
Hmm.
because what's going to happen is if Chris Ballard doesn't make a change like that, he's going to find himself out as well.
Mm.
Because then if I'm Jim Irsay, I'm like, Chris, why didn't you come to me and say, hey, this isn't working, we need to change this? Sometimes it's okay to admit fault, especially if your job's on the line. Like, bro, put that
Yeah.
pride aside. If this guy is not your long-term answer, because you can get lucky all the time in the playoffs.
Right.
Bad coaches, you have good athletes and they keep a job when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Shane Steichen right now, if he keeps his job because the Colts make the playoffs, that's going to be why.
Mm. You know
Like,
what?
he's not making good choices as a play caller.
You say that, and the first thing comes back to my mind is 27-0 to San Diego. We come back in the second half, win, go to Kansas City, and play the Chiefs hard, right? 22. Now, the next year, we start all over and we do the same thing. Well, we start breaking down in the first half. I mean, the back end of the schedule, right? Now, the year we went to the playoffs, we were broken in the first half of the schedule and caught fire, which propelled us to the playoffs. And that false hope, yeah, we're here now, we're here. And
Yeah.
now the truth is coming out these last 2 years. So, yeah, that's why I say the sign's been there. I don't know, Sean. Sean is listening to Balky, which needs to go to, even though he did build a nice little team
Balky's so
in
bad.
San Francisco, but nobody likes him because nobody likes him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's time to clean house and start all over. Because
Yeah.
this defensive crap that was supposed to be so great, during the off season has
Yeah.
turned into a disaster, man.
I mean,
Got more
Houston's got
leaks.
the best coaching staff in my opinion right now. I mean, hands down, Houston's gonna be pretty solid as far as, pretty stable as far as their front office and their coaching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, you've made the right choices. I didn't think McNair had half a brain, but just because he let freaking old Bob ruin everything after his daddy died. His daddy could run a team.
No, Bob was the OG. That's his dad.
No. I'm talking about O'Brien, Bill O'Brien. I just call him Bob.
Oh, Bob. Okay.
B.O.B. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that was Bob McNair who hired Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, but when he died, though, Bill O'Brien manipulated Baby Boy.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I didn't like how
Bill
that whole thing went down. Like
Bill
O'Brien
O'Brien
just
was forced to be the GM.
Really?
They offered him the job multiple times, and he said, "Just go get me a guy that will work with me." And they kept saying no. So when I'm trying to remember the last GM we had before he took over that role, I think it was Rick Smith. When Rick
Yeah,
Smith
Rick Smith.
went to take care of his cancer sick wife, they were like, okay, you're the GM now, Bill. And he was like, I don't want to fucking do that. And then they were like, it's your job. You got it.
I mean, that's still bad. Like, that's still his fault. Not Bill O'Brien's fault,
Yeah,
but they should have hired a real GM.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not good as an owner.
No.
Right.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a big reason why he tried being the operative word, to surround himself with people who are better judges of character and better judges of football.
Yeah.
And that's also got us into some other hot water with Jack Easterby and some other, would-be Texans front office people.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he studied the team like Stephen Jones, Jerry's son, has done for decades, and who is ready to take over that team any day.
Who
It's
needs
not
to
like
take over that team?
he needs to. Yes, it needs to. Because Jerry Jones is the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. But
Exactly. I agree.
But I don't think Baby McNair had any care to want to do that. Daddy passed away, and he was like, all right, well, I guess no more partying, no more drinking. I guess I got to do this now, and didn't really know what to do. So, but no, I mean, the Texans have it figured out right now. And as a Houston resident, and the Texans are my side piece. I'm happy with that. So. Yeah, I mean that's what I call it, my side piece.
Your
I mean,
side piece.
it's
Okay.
still a hometown team, right? I mean, just because I'm a Colts guy, that's still a hometown team. There's only twice a year I don't root for the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fair.
All right.
3 times if it's the playoffs.
Yeah. What else was there? Oh, one of the GM hires that Bill O'Brien really wanted before they gave him the role was Nick Caserio. And then eventually, when they got rid of Bill O'Brien, they brought in Nick Caserio. So, I mean, they still kind of are following that same linear Patriots path, but whatever.
Well, it's because everybody, the Belichick tree, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, that disaster.
I mean,
everybody,
when you think about it, not everybody from the Belichick tree has been bad. I mean, yeah, Josh McDaniels, he was just a turd sandwich. He was just a douchebag. That's all that was.
Right.
I mean, everywhere he went. But Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. I just thought about that.
Rod Mayo is looking really solid.
Hold on.
And I don't think Bill's okay.
Is Mike
Vrabel not a coach under him?
He was never a coach under Bill Belichick, so I don't think that counts.
No, but he used Belichick's system. So I still count that because Vrabel played all those years under Belichick, and you learn as a player, you learn those things, you adapt those things in your coaching system. So that's why I count that, is because he played there for so long.
He tried a system, but Belichick's system won like 6 Super Bowls. Vrabel didn't win shit in Tennessee.
It's Tennessee. Let's not be crazy here. It's Tennessee. No one's trying to compare. Okay, I know you got the Patriots thing, you got the rings, Tom Brady, all some of that, but no one's trying to compare to Bill Belichick in the Tom Brady era. Okay, but I'm just saying Vrabel did a good job in Tennessee. Let's not act like he did bad.
I liked him.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Be successful. Like, look at what he did with that team, where he took that team. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should have won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying that.
Right.
No, we should have won in 19. Should have won 19. That was the year. With the AFC Championship game, and then our defense blew it. Mahomes just did Mahomes shit and ended up winning.
Yeah. That was the same year that the 24-0 comeback, and then the Titans had a 17-0 comeback against them.
Yeah, Titans, that was a magical season. Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Tannehill, when he took over Mario's job. I mean, that was beautiful. That was great football to watch.
For those who don't know, this is a Titans fan. His name is Blake.
Long story. But I did have the Titans cup.
There you go.
Look, I'm glad you said that, man. Look, I thought I was too high or something. I was just imagining somebody there. My bad, man. My bad. What's up, Blake? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you guys?
All right.
Hell yeah.
What a losing division we are.
Oh.
Even the Texans, man. Y'all suck. And Tank Dale's dead, man. Rest in peace. I like Tank Dale. That's so sad.
You know, as much as I dislike the Texans, you don't want to see, you don't want to see the other players get hurt or what have you. Because
No.
that was kind of gruesome when he just went down and grabbed his knee from his after he scored. You already knew it wasn't something good. You know.
Yeah, but how much of a gangster is he to hold on to that ball though? And
I know, right?
Keep the score.
I know, right?
Bro, come on,
right?
You can't teach that. You can't teach that. That's hard right there.
Yeah, you got a point.
I was listening to that. I didn't see it. I was listening to it on the broadcast and like the radio, and they were like, "This is horrible." They're like, "I'm glad you guys are listening and not seeing this because this is really bad." And then eventually I saw a clip by accident. I usually try not to watch injury videos, but I saw the Tank Dell one by mistake, and my God, man. Yeah, but dislocated kneecap, torn ACL. They said other things wrong with him.
Yeah, a couple of doctors are already projecting it. Like he's probably not gonna be back healthy, ready to go till like 27.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't play again. He might have like a Tyrone Pro throw if you guys remember him.
It did look pretty bad, and I don't know, man. Like medicine technology has come so far, man.
And they are UFOs
since
out
Joe Theismann injury.
It's still a mental thing, man. Tank, I mean, he had an injury last year. He got shot this year, and then this happens. Like Jesus Christ, man! Talk about bad luck.
Yeah, for real.
It's all CJ Stroud's fault. If he's a better quarterback, though, that injury would have happened.
Whoa.
Did he just say that?
That wasn't necessarily a hospital ball.
Oh, man. No, I'm still praying for y'all's downfall. I hope CJ Stroud throws 100 picks next year.
Not me. I got him in Dynasty. Fool, chill.
Oh, man. Let's see. That's a good spot to go ahead and pivot to the Texans. Obviously, Tank Dell's knee injury on IR, done for the season. Also, Jimmy Ward got hurt in the game. He's also on season-ending IR.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt more than well, I don't know. That's
they're both gonna hurt a lot.
Yes.
It's not even close. I guess they're really close in that respect. But we lose one wide receiver. We bring in another one.
Y'all brought in a problem. That what y'all
hold on, stop. I'm gonna go ahead and just debunk that real quick.
Okay, all right.
So it's a problem, okay?
Yeah.
It's a problem that he was one team's number one receiver, leading them in receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That team commits full-blown to a tanking season, trades him away for draft capital to a team that is a contending team who only plays him a total of 42 snaps in 5 games, having him actually run a total of 17 routes.
Not a great idea.
No, he was targeted twice, catching one pass for 6 yards.
Yeah, but when has the Baltimore Ravens actually thrown the ball consistently though?
Thank you. That's
like why do you have like what it had Odell, Marquise Brown, they had like all these studs, wide receivers. Lamar don't throw the ball that much. Why would you even do that?
He has 40 touchdowns this year. That man should be MVP.
I mean,
yeah. But they're not historically they're not a passing team.
No.
So why would you bring in all these passing weapons? Doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Mark Andrews is your lead receiver. Like he's your guy.
Yeah. Him and Likely. What is it, Likely? Yeah.
Isaiah Likely. Yeah, I love Isaiah. I can't wait till he goes to another team and balls out.
Then you got Flowers. You know. And then we get
Deontay, man. Deontay could honestly he could do pretty well with Houston, man. Like because as far as a slot receiver, he's very, very shifty. The guy can get open.
Okay.
Let's not forget what he did in Pittsburgh. Okay, that it's not like he's had major setbacks. He's had team setbacks.
Yes.
Right. Can he be a little shitty as a person? Okay, yeah. But
okay, let's look at it. He has a younger coach, so who may understand how to deal with him. Then put it that way.
And a former player, not just a young coach.
And a former player. Yeah,
right.
That's right.
That helps. I think that makes a difference.
And he's being thrust into a situation where he's going to be needed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
He may not play against the Ravens, and whatever, but as soon as possible, he's going to be ramped up. He's probably going to play against the Titans, if I had to guess. And they're really just hoping he's going to be having enough of the playbook digested for the playoffs.
I think that's the key right there is you already in the playoffs. So the next 2 games don't mean crap for Houston. You already made the playoffs.
Right.
As long as you can get him ready for the playoffs, bro, like Deontay, go get you a couple snaps, figure out the playbook. Use the games as like a hot practice, right?
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you, Curtis. Like, bro, as long as he's ready for the playoffs, I don't give a crap.
Right.
Right.
So here's the thing. So before we dive headfirst into this Kansas City Texans game, I think that the Ravens game specifically is a must win for Houston. The Ravens have a lot of people not practicing right now. A lot of their weapons are not practicing at all. Starting center, Zay Flowers, crap. I just had a list, but it was literally like 8 dudes not participating, concussions, probably not going to play.
I wouldn't play Derrick Henry at all.
Oh,
Well,
you got to, because they still fighting for the division.
Yeah. The Ravens are, if the Ravens win and the Steelers lose, because they're playing the Chiefs at 12 on Christmas.
Yeah.
Then the Ravens take the 3 spot. If we beat the Ravens and the Steelers lose, we take the 3 spot.
Good spot.
Right? 3 spot gets us playing the 6 spot, which I think is Broncos right now. No,
which should be a win.
Chargers. Yeah. Right. But I was just thinking about it. If we stay at the 4 seed, if the Ravens win, they get switched up with the Steelers if the Steelers don't beat the Chiefs, and we'll end up probably playing the Steelers in the wild card round. Either one of those games I wouldn't be too scared of. I mean, their defense is something, but I'm not necessarily scared of the Steelers offense. Not the point. So, 19-27 loss in Kansas City. CJ Stroud had a couple really bad interceptions. On the first drive, he overthrows Nico Collins on a post route that set up the Chiefs for the first score of the game. They go up 7-0. We then respond by driving down the field kicking a field goal. And the Chiefs' next possession, we cause a sack fumble on Patrick Mahomes, which is later reviewed and said that it is an incomplete pass, which watching the film, I'm like, that is not what that is, but okay.
But okay.
And then they also called a penalty for roughing the passer because someone's forearm touched his helmet.
You can thank Trevor Lawrence for that one.
Yeah, well, I'm also watching this Monday night game, and Spencer Rattler just slid on their first drive, first play of the game. Slides, gets popped in the back. Nothing. Not one lick and nothing.
He ain't headliner yet.
Right. Yeah, he's not a name.
And plus, he's considered an athlete. It's a difference in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, that is because we scooped and scored that fumble.
Right.
They take 7 points off the board for that. They move 15 yards further down the field. I think the next play is a pass interference penalty, which was kind of bogus. And then they drive down the field. I believe they score another touchdown on that drive. This game was everything I thought it would be, in that we would see 2 defensive strength based teams.
True.
And the Texans versus the NFL and the Chiefs.
And Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, and Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. The T Swizzy factor.
Exactly. It's a thing. It's a thing. But I watched this video after the game that was basically like the Chiefs should realistically have 5 wins right now. Yeah. But they have the most crazy football luck anyone's ever seen since the 1993 Colts.
And they haven't even scored 30 points this year, have they? No,
they have not scored 30 points one time this season.
Like them, the Patriots, and Giants, I believe. Maybe the Raiders.
Yeah, I believe you're right on that. So this was a very winnable game. We ended up losing by 8 points. Kaimi Fairbairn missed an extra point. Should have been 7 points. But, a 1-score game with the 2-time defending national champions. It's not college guys. The 2-time defending Super Bowl champions.
Right.
And you lose by 1 score. I'm not hating that. That's a solid outing. But there were
Mhm.
so many instances of somebody breathing on Patrick Mahomes wrong and that drawing a flag that it completely derailed momentum for the Texans at any point. And beyond that, it was just kind of everything was kind of disjointed. Shaq Mason got hurt early in the game, hurt his knee. He didn't return. And suddenly the offensive line remembered how to block.
Hmm.
I mean,
Imagine that.
yeah, you
Well,
take out
Mahomes is getting that old school Brady treatment where
Yeah.
Brady would call his own penalties. He's like, "Hey, this guy held me. All right, well, I guess he held you."
Gotta believe 12.
And it's not even
Yeah.
that bad. Like I take the Brady treatment for granted. The way they treat Mahomes, like Mahomes is so much worse.
Oh,
yeah.
man, he's such
It's
a
so much
diva.
worse. I miss the Brady and even the Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning did the same thing. And it's like Jesus Christ, like they throw a pick on Mahomes or in favor of him like constantly. It's always on like interceptions, game changing plays. There's always a flag. It never fails.
Yeah, I mean, he's the
That's why they're
face
gonna
of the
win.
NFL, so he's gonna get that special treatment. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like there's other like JJ Watt was good also, like he's the face of the NFL right now. So
Yes, exactly.
But you know, this
$500
is
million.
part 2 of 3 of the Texans and the Chiefs and the Steelers and the Ravens all playing 3 games in 10 days. You know, we beat the Dolphins, lost to the Chiefs in a close game, and now we're staring down the barrel here of a Ravens team still fighting for their division crown. But they're banged up. I'm actually going to try to pull up their injury report because I had it earlier.
Derrick Henry going against that Houston defense, man. Derrick Henry notoriously Texan killer. So that
Yeah,
should be it.
except for the
That's
last.
over
And he's
on his rushing yard.
familiar with that team. Let's not forget
Yeah,
the guy was with Tennessee
exactly.
for his whole career.
Yes. And yeah.
So
And with Derrick Henry being back there, that means Hunter and Anderson Jr. just can't take off and tee off on the quarterback. He can't, or he gonna kill him.
Oh man, and Lamar's not just a normal dude that you can sack. You're like, okay, we're getting to the quarterback.
Thank you.
No,
Right.
not Lamar. Like that's not how that works.
The human
statistically
joystick
speaking-
himself. Huh?
Statistically speaking, here, Lamar Jackson's worst games in the last 3 years have come against the Houston Texans.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
The
Oh, yeah.
last time that Derrick Henry played the Houston Texans, an NFL record was set for the most touches for only having 10 yards.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
horrible.
Okay.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that that it's just going to be a rinse repeat of what's happened in the past. Just saying that the narrative has shifted slightly, just slightly.
Yeah.
It's not even.
I mean,
perfect.
hopefully D'Amico Ryans being the defensive mind that I love him being, hopefully he can understand Baltimore and know how to defend against Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at the injury report, Nelson Aguilar, concussion, did not participate. Jalen Armour Davis did not participate. Daniel Falele, offensive tackle, did not participate. Zay Flowers did not participate. Justice Hill, concussion, did not participate. Tyler Linderbaum and Tre'Davious White all did not participate. 2 straight days in practice.
Are they looking past? Are they looking past Houston?
They might
No.
be.
I don't think so.
You think it's just a rest day?
Yeah.
No, they're not rest days. Usually that'll say it on the report that it's just a rest.
Trust me. If it's anything, it's normal injuries that happen during football season. Unless you hearing something about them going on IR, what have you, it's normal bumps and bruises. And
I mean, they would normally they'd say soreness or something like that.
yeah. Well, it depends on what team it is, though. Depends on what team.
True.
I mean, we carried 42. My man Dewey on our roster, is just injured,
Yeah.
unspecified.
Well, I think after tomorrow's practice, they'll probably shed a little bit more light because I mean they do have a short week, like a ridiculously short week. Playing on Netflix. So I think tomorrow's injury report or practice report is going to tell a lot about what's going on with the Ravens.
It's true.
But if I'm Houston, man, I'm not worried about that. I'm just focusing on, hey, we're going to go out here and act like we're playing the Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's the best way to approach it.
Yeah. But and we can go ahead and get into it a little bit here. The ways to win for the Texans are pretty simple. You got to keep the run under control.
Yes.
You got to have Foley Fotakasi back. For whatever reason, his big ass not being on the field just is a huge problem. So if he's on the field, we're able to stop the run pretty well, and that was kind of our Achilles heel against the Chiefs. They got Pacheco going. They got
Yes.
Kareem Hunt moving a little bit, taking a little bit of pressure off of Mahomes later in the game, and they were able to kind of seal that win. If we're able to stop the run, then you're forcing Lamar to do the thing that he's not the best at in the world. He can do it, and he can do it effectively. Not saying he's not good, period, but he's not the best quarterback, pure throwing that the world has ever seen.
Right. That's never been a strength.
Exactly. But I know somebody's going to be like, but Lamar, MVP 2 times. I'm like, shut up. It's because he runs the damn ball.
Right. Exactly. No, I mean, you're totally right. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
make him throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Derrick Henry is a beast, right? No one's arguing that. But stack the box, have 1 or 2 spies on Lamar, make him beat you in the air. Then that's
Oh, don't say that. This, you see Henry coming around on swing passes. Oh hell no.
Hey, he had that one year where he had a lot of receptions.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was weird.
Yeah.
The spread right now is Baltimore's favored by 5. The over-under here, 46.5 points. It is in Houston, so that does help a little bit.
Not
The last
really.
couple times that we've played Baltimore, it's been in Baltimore.
Yeah, they ain't AstroTurf like the old days. So okay, I'll take it back.
Well, let's not discount home field advantage though.
Yeah. That's what
playing in front of your fans. I mean, that's a different motivation.
I know, especially when they find that damn cannon every time they score. That thing drove me crazy. They should tell you first, man. I have problems.
We just got to hope that all the local Titans fans, which there are a lot in Houston, I've witnessed that firsthand. Let's just hope that all the Titans fans. Yes, dude.
If you go to the game, you need to take pictures because we don't see many of them.
That's because they all still live in Houston. They're all old Oilers fans, and that's all it is. Right. It's all legacy. But so hopefully the Titans fans, the old Derrick Henry truthers and stuff like that, they don't show up, because we need as many Texans fans in the stands as we can get loud, shut down their offense. But I mean, running offense is a little different situation.
Yeah. The Ravens did sign a wide receiver today, former Houston Texans punt returner Steven Sims.
They would take him over Deontay Johnson.
See where I'm at?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Right now. That's a thing. I think that's a sign more of like they're real thin at that position group right now because if Zay Flowers can't suit up, if there's no Nelson Aguilar, are they really going to be trotting out Steven Sims?
You know what? I'll suit up. I'll go play for the Ravens.
I mean, really.
They'll sign anybody.
Right. I mean, but really, Aguilar, he really hasn't been. I mean, he was in Philly. He was okay. But he really hasn't been that receiver, So
if you take Nelson Aguilar's Philadelphia production and put him in Baltimore with the same stat line, he's like the best receiver that the Ravens have had with Lamar Jackson.
Of course.
So I mean,
to be a receiver in Baltimore is like being an extra. It really is.
Yeah.
Especially now you got both Derrick Henry and Lamar back there. Yeah, push to shove, just run them. You bring everybody down. Okay, now we going on top of your head. We got to,
Yeah.
I mean, that's all they do.
Even though Lamar's a quarterback, he's still one of the best ball carriers in the NFL.
Right, exactly. And you don't want to see him coming at you one-on-one out there in open field. You're like,
you're about to get shook, man. You're about to get shook and embarrassed, and you're going to be on not top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, look, let me give you guys my prediction, and then you guys can give me yours for the game, and we'll go to the next one. I'm going 23-20 Houston. That's it. Just feels like a very accurate, on-brand score. The Ravens defense does not scare me. They're not playing great football. They have marquee names all across the lineup, but they're playing like they're playing for individual stats rather than as a collective. And that's kind of holding them back a lot right now. They still have the same weaknesses they had last year. The corner who's not named Marlon Humphrey is the problem, and that's who you fucking throw at. Kyle Hamilton took a step back after last season. I don't even think he's got an interception this year. And I'm trying to think, there's just not a lot for the Ravens defense that scares me enough to be like, oh no, the Texans can't handle this. The Texans are going to be able to do normal Joe Mixon things, in my opinion. If they can get Joe Mixon on the ground running, I think they win this game 23-20. So stopping Derrick Henry, getting Joe Mixon going, that's how you do it. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Eric?
Here's the issue I have with Houston winning this game. Houston defensive line has been leakage as far as good running teams this year, and you got Derrick Henry coming to town. Not only Derrick Henry, what's the other back they have back there? And I'm not even overlooking Lamar. Lamar gonna get his in the pocket when you take off. He's gonna get them. So, and I think just the threat of that itself is going to limit how much pass rushing y'all actually try.
Do you mean Justice Hill?
Yeah, and the blitzing.
Yeah,
because you make one mistake and it's over the running game, and then that's when you see the passing game kick in.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hill is hurt. He's got a concussion, and then their
Okay.
starting center Linderbaum is also hurt. He may not play.
Okay, so that's a steady diet of Lamar and Derrick. Then it really is. Defensively, Dale is out. Nico is going to be Nico. But who's the other one?
Yeah.
You see my point? Who's the other one? If I take Nico away, who else going to show up? And that's the problem you have offensively
Johnson?
right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you just go and run long. And if we just happen
That's
to
not his
down,
game.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah, that's not his game. He's a slot.
No, I'd be like,
yeah. So I take
yeah,
that
use
away.
him that way.
I have Roquan Smith hit him one good hard time, and he it's good. He'll go over there and study the playbook a little bit longer. But my thing is, besides Nico offensively, because I'm taking Joe Mixon away. Period. Okay, Joe Mixon. I already know Joe Mixon likes to run up to the line and then cut back, goes backside.
Yeah.
That's where he get a lot of his yardage at.
Yep.
I'm cutting that off. I'm cutting that off from the get-go. So now it's all falling on CJ. And we know CJ pressure is not a good thing. As long as they keep him in the pocket, I say Baltimore is going to do what Baltimore does. It's going to be 27-24 Baltimore.
Okay. All right. I think that CJ's gonna be okay if he can find Dalton Schultz, if they can incorporate Deontay Johnson and just like short stuff, because Deontay Johnson can do something with the ball in his hand after the catch.
Yeah.
So all they got to do is just engineer open receptions.
Okay.
Which Deontay Johnson can get open, so that's not a problem. It's just there's no relationship there. There's no timing. There's no development. None of that stuff. So that's gonna be the problem. So unless Deontay Johnson's already open, Stroud's not going to know, okay, I know that he's going to make, after this twitch, I'm going to throw it and he's going to be there. But, I mean, I don't see why Deontay Johnson couldn't get 3 receptions, 21 yards, something like that. And then, Nico could have a Nico game, right? Because they're going to be playing from behind. Baltimore's going to get ahead early. That's just what they do. So, Joe Mixon, almost said Lamar Miller. Joe Mixon.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I told you I got love for the Texans. I know the players. But no, Joe Mixon. I would look for him to have a lot of receptions. Trying to get the ball out early, trying to engineer quick dump offs, screens, stuff like that.
Yeah, logical.
So I mean, I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game. I got Baltimore taking it 24-17 over Houston. But I don't think it's because Houston's not going to be able to to get receptions and stuff like that. I mean, I think Baltimore's defense is just going to be Baltimore's defense. And, CJ's just having an off year, and that's, sadly enough, I think it's going to carry over a little bit. Not that he's going to have a bad game, but it's Baltimore this year,
Right.
Yeah. Blake?
Okay.
Baltimore's a highly motivated team. They've been playing well, man. I want them. I got them going 31-20 over Houston. I think CJ Stroud's got that PTSD, as I mentioned earlier. I don't think he's going to do so well without one of his favorite receivers. So, I think Schultz might have the best game. I kind of agree with Eric. I think they might shut down Joe Mixon. Mixon's either like really, really good or terrible. And I don't see him doing really, really good on this Baltimore defense. Let's just everything just like kind of hits the fan. But yeah, I think Baltimore is going to win this game. They should win this game. I think Derrick Henry, I know his last game was horrible against Houston. And, when Derrick Henry gets shut down, he gets extra motivated. I think he might have like some weird grudge against Houston and this defense. And he's going against a familiar face in Aziz. Oh, is it Aziz back?
No.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, I forgot about he killed Trevor Lawrence. Rest in peace. But I wish Lawrence was playing, man. Mac Jones, man, he might slip up and lose against Titans. But anyway,
yeah.
I think Houston does lose against Baltimore. I think Baltimore, they are fighting for that division. I think they have a lot more at stake than Houston, who can just go to sleep the next couple of games and they still win the division because they've already won it.
True. Valid point.
Yeah, 31-20. I think, I that's not a blowout, but it's a comfortable win. So I think Baltimore should win comfortably.
Yeah.
That is something good for Houston is they really don't have the division to play for.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, where's the motivation to go out and kill yourself? There's not. Which you shouldn't. Yeah,
well,
right.
Well,
Yeah.
but beyond proving that you belong in the echelon with the elite.
Anybody can win if they make the playoffs. All you gotta do is make the playoffs. After that's a whole new season.
Well, that wasn't the question you asked.
They already they already won the division. They've already won that.
Well, not like they worked real hard for it, but okay, I understand.
Hey, you know what? We saw the Seahawks make the playoffs with a losing record one year.
You're right. Carolina too, I think.
Yeah, Carolina did.
Yeah. So, oh well, it is what it is.
All right. Well, let's talk about some more teams with some losing records.
Do we have to?
Yes. So let's go with the most lopsided favorite of the two here. Indianapolis traveling up to MetLife Stadium to take on the Giants. The Giants are an 8-point underdog.
Oh,
and
God.
There's a 40.5 point over-under.
Oh, wow.
So, Justin, let's hear about ways to win for your Pony Boys.
Put your foot on the gas and never let up. Assert dominance. Make them understand that, hey, make a statement. Keep the momentum going from this week. And just keep running the ball. Keep letting the AR use his legs. If he's going to – because that's opening up passing lanes. His completions that he had, those guys made great catch by A.D. Mitchell, right? And then, Josh Downs did a lot on his after the catch. So I don't think the defense is going to have a problem. I don't, like me and Eric were talking about earlier, is I don't think the Giants, they're not playing to win. They'd be fools to play to win, first off, because you're playing for the number 1 overall pick right now because you need a quarterback. There's no mystery about that. You need a quarterback. You need other weapons. You're playing for the first overall pick.
You can give them Mayo. You can give them Mayo. Levis.
What? Oh,
I
was like, wait.
I'll take the first overall pick for Will Levis right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're that dumb.
They're the first pick of the 7th round.
But no, that I don't think the Giants are going to be a threat. I don't see them trying to put up a lot of points. They're probably just going to run the ball out and just try and get out of there as healthy as they can. I think that if Indianapolis gets up by 2 or 3 touchdowns or 20 points or something like that, I think at that point, man, JT, come on, sit down. AR, sit down. Like take your big stars out that you can't afford to get hurt, I mean, we don't want anybody to get hurt, but it's just kind of how I don't see that being much of a game. I think it's going to be a snooze fest. I think the Colts are going to run away with it easily. If the Giants do win, well, then they're dumb. This should be an easy win for the Colts.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be close at all, man. Like not even like defensive game. I'm going 31-6 Indianapolis.
31-6.
Because why would you try and say, hey, Malik Neighbors, our future franchise wide receiver, like, well, go out there and ball out? No, because what if he goes out there and tears an ACL because you wanted him to go out there and look good? No, don't be stupid.
Well,
All right, Blake.
I want to say the Giants. I hope the Giants win. I can feel this being a trap game
The
for the Colts, because the Colts aren't a good football team. They're really
the Giants are. You're right.
I could see Indianapolis. They're gonna win, probably like 24-10. Nothing crazy. I don't think that the team's gonna tank though. I disagree. Like Drew Lock, he's gonna want to ball out. Malik Neighbors gonna want to ball out. Like
Drew Lock has something to play for though.
That's what I'm saying. So I can see them if they have their best day, they're still NFL players at the end of the day. They're not a very good team, but the defense isn't terrible. The offense is just horrendous. I don't know. I can't see the Giants winning, but I mean, you never know. I hope the Giants win, but yeah, 24-10.
You never know. You're right about that.
wow.
Eric?
You know what? I was just sitting here thinking, how many points did the Colts score this past Sunday?
38.
38?
Yeah,
Okay.
38-30 was the final score.
Yeah. Usually when that happens, the next week is not a good scoring week.
That's
Okay,
what I'm
but
saying too. This feels like a trap game.
yeah, but you're playing a team that's giving up 23 points a game. So I mean, easy. And they're only scoring 14. So half of Jonathan Taylor that showed up last week, this week, and y'all win it 21-3. I mean, Drew Lock, he hit or miss. He hit or miss. The only reason why they playing him because they don't have anything else right now. As you said,
Tommy DeVito's that bad.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. But I don't see the Giants really beating the Colts. Unless some snow freak blizzard comes through and just have them cancel it after, some miracle way the Giants get up 3-0 or 2-0 or however they do it, and they just have to cancel the game and say this is it. That's it. That was a long way around to say they suck, man. Y'all better not. Hey, I'm telling you, if y'all lose to the Giants, I'm taking back my most embarrassing loss to the Raiders. I am. I'm giving it to y'all.
Oh yeah, if the Colts lose to the Giants, that's gonna be the laughing stock of the season.
Yeah. NFL meme's gonna go nuts with that one.
Oh god, I won't even show up next week.
It works for the Titans. It works for the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27-10 Indianapolis.
Okay.
I think that the Colts probably get up, most of those points in the first half, and then just kind of cruise to victory as the Giants try to figure out, how do you play football again?
What is football?
Yes.
They're not kicking it around like I thought they would be. Is this football with the O's or the U's?
Football.
Oh, man.
It's foosball.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But no.
All
Who's
right.
next? Anybody next?
Oh, yeah, we're next now. It's Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 1-point favorite, and the over-under is 40.5.
Take
Okay.
the under.
Yeah.
Take the under.
Look, after that 10-6 snooze we just played a couple of weeks ago.
That was
on,
a
man.
boring football game.
I don't know, man. How many times have we seen two shitty teams play each other, and it's like a freaking, I don't know, 50 to 60 point total game?
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah, 'cause,
mean,
hey, Tennessee and Indy this past weekend. Yep, there it is right there. So,
well, that was because Indy was like, all right, we got this in the bag. They let up in the fourth quarter, which they shouldn't have done.
uh-huh.
They shouldn't have gave up the points, but I think that's all that was. Is that was like, hey, game's over. But then Tennessee came back like, oh shit.
Detroit waived Chris Smith. Why did they waive Chris Smith? Whoever he
That's
is.
why I say just put your foot on the gas and don't let up. Just
Yeah.
play till the end.
Huh. You know, I really don't know. And the reason why, because you don't know which Will Levis you're gonna get. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Now,
Mason Rudolph.
We don't know yet.
Mason Rudolph. Oh, you don't know yet? Okay,
Yeah, we don't
either
know
one.
yet.
They like interchangeable. You don't know which one of them you're gonna get.
Rudolph has 8 touchdowns, 8 picks. Levis has 12 touchdowns, 12 picks. But the only difference between the two is Rudolph, I think, has 1 or 2 fumbles, and then Levis has like 6 fumbles. So yeah, they both have the same amount of interceptions, touchdowns. They have a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
They
see,
sound like the
Probably
same
the
player.
first
I
Like they
know.
just changed jerseys.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
Here's
which
another
one
interesting
you're gonna
stat. Mace Rudolph's been sacked, I think, 6 times since this year. Will Levis been sacked 40 times this year.
get.
So Will Levis takes sacks all day, every day. Like that's his thing. He loves getting sacked and mayonnaise and all that shit. Like sack is his number one thing he's known for.
Eating
This
bananas
man
with
has
peanut
no pocket
on.
presence.
Oh
Awareness.
man, there's a
That's
lot
why
of
he needs
jokes
to
off of that
start the
one.
next 2 games, and the Titans can maybe sneak up to the 2nd or 3rd pick and draft either Cam Morris or Sanders.
Well, I mean, if you got a Will Levis, man, just see what else you got. I mean, you already kind of figured it out for the most part, I think.
It's
See what it
Trevor
is, but
Simeon on practice squad, and nobody wants to watch that.
no. I don't think it's gonna make a difference whether they
Oh
play
my.
Mason Rudolph or Will Levis. I mean, Will Levis is a risk taker. Mason Rudolph is the veteran who's not gonna take a lot of chances.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? I mean, Mason Rudolph could go out there and put a whooping on Jacksonville.
It's true.
Yeah,
He didn't
it's
look
possible.
bad against Indianapolis.
I mean, he didn't look bad when he was in. He had his chances in Pittsburgh, but still,
Yeah.
see, people
He's
forget
just
he was a backup in Pittsburgh.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a perennial backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You just don't
Right.
know.
So, yeah. I mean, mayonnaise. He like getting sacked, and he represent mayonnaise. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You said it, Blake. You said it.
His
But,
girlfriend was at that Bengals game too. His ex-girlfriend, and watched him get benched and threw
Ooh.
3 interceptions and fumbled it.
Oh, she would not be allowed at any more games.
Sucks to suck.
I hope she's at the next 2 games. That's why the Titans lose some games. I've never.
See,
wanted the
you're
Jaguars
playing
to
for the
win.
draft pick.
I'm
Yeah.
playing.
But
I've been
honestly-
full on draft. Since
Honestly,
like,
we're gonna win this game. Well, yeah, we're gonna win the game because
hope
y'all
so.
gonna do
good
something.
luck, Jacksonville.
I mean, but then again, it could go on 0-0 overtime. Hell, neither one wants to really win.
God, if that happens,
0-0. Imagine 0-0 overtime.
I know, right? But
Just buy it.
Do you even let him play overtime at that point? You say, look, F it, it's a tie.
I know,
Just
right?
coin toss the victor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Heads or tails.
We're not gonna let Ridley score. Okay, that's the thing. Ridley ain't scoring.
Oh, Ridley's gonna get
I-
300 yards. And
I
I bet he
touchdowns.
scores.
yeah.
I bet really does
Uh,
score though.
He tried that last game and they shut him down. So yeah, and we got Dewey back on the backside. So yeah, I don't think Ridley gonna score. I don't think we shut down Spears. Shut down Spears because
Bro,
Dewey is
Tajay
back.
Spears look pretty decent.
I know.
He can't
know.
run the football though. He can only catch it out the back.
It's because he's got that extra that.
That
Ugh.
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
that
he looks like
helmet
a
cover.
cartoon character, man. From
He
the
looks so
60s. He looks
stupid.
ridiculous.
Like because he's so little, but that Guardian cap is so big.
Yeah.
But you know what? The last time we played though, it wasn't Spears. It was Pollard who hurt us. We
Yeah,
couldn't stop
Pollard's
Pollard.
good, man. Pollard's been a beast this year.
Yeah, we could not. And honestly, Pollard isn't the one that scares me. But I don't know what happened. We just couldn't tackle him for some reason. So I'm sure he'll be getting a little extra attention from some people. Man, offensively, just throw the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. Just
Yeah.
give him a little bit of time, throw him a damn ball. Hit ETN out the backfield every now and then. Now we did do that last time we played you a little bit, but that was more an indie game. But yeah,
I'd say
anyway,
feature ETN, man. Just feed him.
Well, Brian
You
Thomas, man.
feed-
He
know
he
who
had
you
like 8
feed.
catches in the fourth
you
quarter.
feed Tank. You feed Tank. Tank is the bruiser. The more he gets going, the more tackles he break, the harder it is to bring him down. ETN is more like the flex back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Tank's not going to outrun anybody though.
Why
I
not?
mean,
He
yeah, you can
outran
run
quite
3
a few
people
of 'em.
over, but they're going to catch up to you when they get off the ground.
Not the Titans defense. We ain't catching them. We can't catch shit. Jonathan Taylor ran like what 900 yards against us. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean that's the way I always say run Tank. We need a third back though. We do. I know we got Ernest Johnson back there. Yeah, he's past his time. You know, he was good when he was in Cleveland. Now, when he first came in with
I
Cleveland,
don't think that's a name drop like you think it is.
no, but it's like
He was a fantasy beast for like weeks 9 through 12.
Yeah.
I mean,
couple
that's
days.
what I'm saying. Yeah, he's just not him anymore. Put it that way. So I don't know. Defensively, hey, if we can get Lloyd to cover somebody, we'd be all right. You know, I don't know. Who's y'all tight end?
Chigo Conquo.
Oh,
Chiggy.
He's a beast. Yeah, he's killing it lately.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
good.
So, okay, Lloyd can't cover him.
Well, let's
Yeah,
let's
Lloyd.
not like Nick Westbrook.
Akina.
Like, come on,
that guy too. Yeah,
he's really underrated. Really
Yeah,
underrated.
He's got
he
like
really is.
24 catches, 9 touchdowns. It makes he just only catches touchdown passes.
Yeah, for
That's
one time,
awesome.
at one time, wasn't he 8 touchdowns in 8 games?
Yeah,
8 in a row.
Yeah, he got a touchdown against Indy, but like before that, he had like 2 catches in 3 games. Like it was a weird. Like he just kind of like no, we just didn't throw it. But it was also Levis playing, and he was only throwing to the other team, so that understands why Westbrook didn't get a whole lot of targets.
But see, here's why this game once again is so hard because it's a divisional game.
Yeah,
2 times a year, every year. I mean, new coaching staff on your side. Hell, I don't know who the hell we got over here.
Yeah, you have no idea. Honestly, it's I mean, I think you'll win. I think Mac Jones, I mean, he sucks, but I don't know, man. Y'all suck too, man. We both are terrible teams. It's hard.
Okay.
It's going to be
I hope
interesting.
you guys win, but
yeah, it's going to be the game that nobody's paying attention to, but y'all probably going to have the most highlights out of it.
yeah, it'll be the most entertaining.
Yeah.
There'll be 3 or 4 pick sixes, a kick return, touchdown, and like
It's like all the clowns at the circus. Like, yeah, they're clowns, but they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
17-17 because nobody wants to give up their draft spot.
There you go.
There it is, right there.
They're going to flip a coin. It's going to land on the side.
Yeah.
I'm going 17-13 Jacksonville. But it wouldn't shock me too if it's also like another 10-6 game.
Oh Lord, no! Don't let it be that.
It'll be 9-6 this time. It'll be like 9-8. There'll be a safety in there.
Oh Lord.
I think Jacksonville's gonna run the ball a lot. So there's definitely gonna be a couple scores on the ground. I'm gonna go Tennessee just because of what I saw this past week against Indianapolis. And now if Jacksonville had Trevor Lawrence, I'm gonna give the edge to Jacksonville.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right, but I have to go with Tennessee because of that. Their running backs are just doing so well. I mean, it's weird. Both teams have pretty good dual threat. I mean, I don't know if I say. I mean, Spears and Pollard are good double threat. Don't get me wrong, but give me ETN and Tank over that. Any day. Yeah. But let's go Tennessee.
Y'all playing in Jacksonville.
Oh man, give me Tennessee. Good weather too. Give me Tennessee 24 and Jacksonville 21.
I'm just glad you got the Titans thing when we scored 24 points. Like last week was crazy. Like, that was like the highlight of my year. It's like, wow, we lost, but hey, at least we scored touchdowns.
Really getting open and giving them the early 7. I think that helped their
always
confidence.
Does. Yeah.
But then JT coming out in the second half, that killed every gust of wind they had in their sails at all.
We only scored in the first quarter, and then usually the other 3, we just kind of go to sleep. But
well, you better score your points in the first quarter then.
Score as many as you can.
Yeah, we God, Titans are a disaster. Only 2 more. I'm out of my misery, but I just need Jacksonville to win, man. Please, for the love of God, Eric. Use some kind of magic in Jacksonville.
Look, I actually be in Jacksonville that day, so I may go to the game. Actually,
yeah, you'll be like one of 7 people there. So
hey, that's all right. I'll be there.
I was at a Titans Bengals game a couple weeks ago, and it was like 60% Bengals fans.
Of course.
Them tickets are so cheap.
Yeah, they were free for me, so it was real cheap.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Eric, what'd you say your score prediction was?
17-17 overtime.
Okay.
Triple overtime.
I'm
College rules.
gonna go 13-10 Jacksonville.
There we go. Love to hear it.
Jacksonville. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could just see it happening. It just makes the most sense.
If
You
it
know when
wasn't
he-
Mac Jones, man, that's my only thing.
Exactly,
Mac
yeah.
Jones.
beat him
Oh,
last
he's out
time.
Cheyenne, man. This Texans fault yet again.
I mean,
Texans, man. Y'all are becoming the new Raiders.
I mean, it's like you just don't know. Both the quarterback, they step on the field, but you just don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hell, who's got the better talent? I'm sure we do. Who performs better? I don't know, because it's a divisional game, which again is a divisional game.
Mhm.
Yeah, these
Don't
teams still
mean
hate each other. They're still
Yeah,
all
I mean-
in.
yeah, 1999. Never gonna forget it.
Yep.
I had to sit through that season. That was not nice.
Well, who are
Have
y'all
not hoped
3
so.
losses to against? I forgot.
Don't fuck with me. I'm just gonna put it on out there. Don't do it. Yeah, I still got some feels about that.
That's such a great stat line. Tennessee undefeated in the stadium that year. It was amazing.
Yeah, that bullshit.
I don't remember it, but
Oh, I
it
do.
was great.
I do.
I'm glad you do.
Because I was looking at the score on TV. I'm like, okay, good. We got Buffalo. We can beat Buffalo. We can beat Buffalo. And then here come that Music City Miracle bullshit. What the fuck? And it was a forward pass.
No, it wasn't.
It was a forward
It
pass.
was 100% a
It
lateral.
was. I wish we had the replay we got now. It was a forward pass, overturned. Damn it. We would have been in the Super Bowl that year instead of them.
Yeah,
But
well,
anyway, yeah. At least we can say we got there. Almost.
So can the Bills.
Yeah,
I
Bills
know.
are what, 0-4 in the Super Bowl.
So is Minnesota.
Yeah.
People forget about that. Minnesota is too. Yep.
Yep. They were starting to emerge about the time that the Packers started to fall off after Lombardi left. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up. Folks, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your evenings this close to the holidays to come on and talk AFC South football with me. Make sure you guys go check out Third and Teal so you can see
Yep.
more of Eric and the Duval boys
Yep.
breaking it
At
down.
9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock tonight.
There you
Central
go.
time.
And then
Yeah.
we've got head on over. Eric's got his own channel, Voices Unleashed. That'll be coming out next month, you said?
Next month. Yep.
There
Next
you go.
month.
Go support that when that happens. Justin, aka Kingmaker Sports. You can follow him everywhere at Kingmaker_DFF.
Oh yeah,
Across all the socials.
nice and consistent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Then of course we got B Squared down here at the bottom left, who is, he's filling in where he can. He's filling
I'm
in
just
where he can.
around. Don't look
He's
for me
around.
online. I'm just
He's
around.
like that one kid in the back of the class that's like shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
You're
That
like-
was me in school. Yeah. I was there every now and then.
It's true. But you can go ahead, head on over to Titans Takeaways and Unstabled, so you can occasionally see both of these gentlemen gracing your screens, talking about the Colts and the Titans, respectively. Head on over to That Real Texas Team podcast to talk all things Texans. Hit the like, subscribe button here. We're at 541 and climbing. Need to see those numbers keep jumping up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So yeah.
be good
So
people.
say ye.
It was never the Titans.
Tighten
Heck
up.
yeah, good chopping it up with you guys.
Oh yeah, the Colts suck. That's why
Yeah,
I
Colts
say.